What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zbeck today, ZBCN. It is the third day of January, and we're talking about Zbeck at the request of Jordan Wingard. Shout out to Jordan. I would have been talking about it anyways, but you made the comment. You technically did request it, so we're going to give you the shout out. Shout out to Jordan. It is the third day of January. Here we are at about $0.0025 with 1 day and 9 hours left in this week. It's probably closer to about 8 hours. Yeah, we got like 8 hours left in this day. Let's get into it. Let's not dilly-dally too much. I was gone. I'm back, right? Um, I don't know. I don't know how to explain my trip. It was everything that I needed it to be, I think. 00255 is the price right now. We're looking at this on the daily time frame. Let's zoom in. We'll look at the 1 hour time frame here. The 1 hour time frame actually kind of has some bullish implications here. I mean, you've gone from effectively like a downward sloping channel, right? Lower lows, lower highs, to a kind of consolidation phase here. Now you're in this somewhat of an upward sloping channel, like higher lows, higher highs, all overlapping down here at the bottom. You absolutely can move lower still. I don't want to get too overzealous with calling for some upside here, but it looks good. I mean, just looking at this right off the bat, there's no such thing as a quadruple top. There's certainly no such thing as a quintuple, sextuple top. You know what I mean. The areas that you're testing are here, right? The area that you're testing is here, not so much on the lower side, right? I mean, of course you're testing this trend line to some degree. Maybe you do come back down and even break that trend line, and still then break out going higher, still having a higher low overall. But I can't help but think, just looking at this on the 1 hour, it looks like you want to push through. It looks like you want to push through. So that's nice to see. 1 hour time frame, RSI is bullish as well. Getting overbought consistently, not getting oversold, staying above the 50 more than below it. Really, I mean, you look pretty good here. Stochastics look good, and the MACD also looks good. Good. Good, good, good. We look at the 4 hour time frame, you're bouncing right off the 50. This is nice. Yes, this is actually really nice, you guys. And again, we're on the short-term stuff, so this isn't going to be anything too dramatic, but I do expect that we will see a very similar reaction to what we had back here, right? At this very low area that you were consolidating in, low area that we're consolidating in, you had a nice move up. Again, there's no such thing as quadruple tops, so 1, 2, 3, one would think that the next attempt up here would lead to a breakout inevitably, whether we come back down and consolidate and then we break out, or we just break out in that moment, whatever. Your days are numbered, bears, resistance sellers. Your days are numbered, because likely as we come up here we will pierce through that level this time around, if not very, very soon. And we're on the 4 hour time frame, so very soon could be, tomorrow, 5 days from now, 2 weeks from now, but soon, very, very soon. Stochastics look good, RSI looks good. I like the bounce off the 50. MACD is starting to cross above the 0, so all good things here. I'm very convinced that we do continue to move up. Looking at Zbeck on the daily time frame now, I would like to take this high. Oh, that was not the high. We're going to take that high to this low. Bouncing right off the 069, the pink line. The next target area would not be the 382, because again, you've already found resistance there several times. The next target area would be the 0.5 or higher. I like that or higher option. 0036 to 0044. Something in this range is your next target. We're only throwing on 0036 because technically it is your next target. Technically, right? You found resistance at the 382. You're all the way down here. I mean, it could make sense to stop there. And beyond that, on the fibs, you have resistance here. You have resistance on a closing basis there. Support, 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 support right here. Resistance right here on a closing basis. Support right here as well on a wicking basis. It's a pretty significant level. So I think it should be included in our range, right? I'm thinking personally that we will move up to 004, 0044, this zone here, but it's completely acceptable to stop at 0036. Looking at this right now, I would assume that we're up here by the end of the month. So Zbeck might be getting set up for a more bullish month than most cryptos. That's fine. You're kind of at a more bearish stance right now. I shouldn't say stance. You've pulled back a little bit more recently, so that might be fair for you to move up. But I do think that we're going to see some upside, yeah. Daily time frame, the RSI is bearish overall, but shifting to a somewhat neutral phase. You went from getting oversold to now you're not getting oversold here. Let's see if we can go from living below the 50 to starting to live above the 50, and then maybe by the end of the month we will start to really see some headway with this movement upwards. I don't think that this is going to happen in a swift endeavor. I don't think that it's going to be like this, where 3 days later, 2 days later, we're up at our target. I don't think it's going to be like that. but I do assume that sometime between now and the end of the month of January, we'll be at 0036 or higher, inevitably setting us up to break out of this range that we've been in now since May of 2025, right? And when we break out of this, we should be going up to anything from about 3 to 4.5 cents. That's the expectation. We derive that expectation from the high to the low of this pattern of this consolidation phase, and that takes us directly to our 2272, 2618 area, right? That's the expectation there. I've got nothing else. I hope you guys had a good week, a good past week. Not a whole lot of exciting stuff has happened, it looks like. We're basically just moving sideways over the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days now. But it looks like we're on the up and up. So that's the assumption. That's the stance I'm taking here. If I'm wrong, let's assume that we break down and I am wrong. I normally go over that, but I didn't in this video. If I am wrong, then we likely find resistance at 00262. Find resistance here at this golden ratio zone. We'll come back down to these lows. Coming back down to these lows at all would likely promote the idea that I'm wrong and that we are going lower. And if we are going lower, the target area to anticipate would be anything from 0022 to 0015. It's a very big range. And likely we'd go somewhere in this 00186 to 00156 area. But time will tell. I think we're going to take to the upside, not to the downside. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Watch for that rejection of this 00262 level. If we can break through it, if we can get today or any day to close above it, we're safe. But if we get above there, if we wick above there and then we close a day below it, if we come right up to it and then we reject down the next day, that kind of behavior, especially, we wouldn't even need lower lows. At this point right here, it becomes statistically unavoidable that we would go to lower lows. So watch for that. Watch for that interaction. We're not having it now. I don't think we're going to get it, but it's something to pay attention to. That's the only bugaboo. That's the only thing to really watch for. Other than that, should be moving up to these levels here. Should be moving up to higher levels after that. And with that, I say no more. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Have a good day. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.